Welcome, good guys, I am Apallax and this is my recap of the 4th episode of Chucky, Just Let Go. Let's begin. Jake enters the hospital following the events of the previous episode. He looks into multiple rooms and sees Oliver's parents crying, Junior in a hospital bed. He waves at Devon and sees Caroline also in a hospital bed. He is approached by Lexi, who tells him that Chucky was responsible. Jake admits to sending Chucky to kill her, and shocked she tries to leave, but he states that no one will believe her. In her anger, she reveals to Jake that Oliver died in the fire, so he was guilty of his death. In Devon's room, he apologizes to his mom for going into the party without her permission. She forgives him and asks whether Jake or Chucky were there. He says that Chucky was, and she tells him that Oliver didn't die because of the fire, but was stabbed to death before. In Caroline's bed, her parents are watching and leap to the waiting room. Lexi asks them if Caroline is going to be okay, and they scold her harshly for having the party and burning down the house. She tries to pin the blame on Jake, but her parents won't listen and leave her in the hallway. In a hospital bench, Jake is sitting when Devon approaches him. After expressing relief that he wasn't in the party when it burned, he tells him that Oliver died from being stabbed and that maybe an intruder did that. He also warns him that his mom is suspicious of him. In the waiting area, Junior's parents blame Lexi's for the fire and start to insult their parenting. They throw some harsh truths like Junior being forced to compete in races by his dad, which prompts him to hit the other dad in the face. To de-escalate the situation, Devon's mom states that Oliver's death has been ruled a homicide and all their children will be questioned by the police. Jake was asleep in the bench when Lexi wakes him up and both go into her house to find Chucky and kill him. In Junior's bed, his dad asks Junior if he is competing in the races because he wants to or because he feels obligated. Junior lies, saying that he does enjoy racing. Devon, suspicious about the doll, looks up homicide cases related with good guys and finds an urban legend that involves Charles Lee Ray and a good guy. In the past, teenage Charles Lee Ray, who after his mom died was moved into multiple boys' homes, is telling some kids the story about Peter Pan and Captain Hook. One of the kids seems to be good friends with Charles, and one lady approaches them and congratulates Charles for being so good with kids. Charles runs in the hallway where the janitor was mopping and accidentally leaves mud throw marks in the floor. The janitor scolds him and Charles vaguely says, "Sorry," so the janitor takes his mop and dirties Charles' shoes, which were his only pair. Then he says sorry in a mocking manner, leaving Charles angry. Sometime after that, Charles and the kids go in a long hike and Charles shows them the janitor's corpse, telling them it was Captain Hook. Most of the kids run away except Charles' friend, who touches the corpse with a stick. Lexi and Jake arrive at the burned house. They look around and then go upstairs where Lexi starts to question what happened for him to want to kill someone. He explodes and begins to yell, saying that he didn't want to kill someone, but her, because she always treated him like shit in school. This scares Lexi, who walks backwards and breaks the burned balcony railings and falls, but Jake holds her hand. Chucky sees that and with half of his face melted, he encourages him just to let go, and because the floor was very high, the fall would be lethal. Jake states that he is not a killer and helps her to safety when a policeman arrives. He tells them they shouldn't be there because it's a crime scene and puts them inside his patrol car. Also takes Chucky with the intention of returning it to Caroline. When they arrive to the hospital, he leaves them in the patrol car when Devon's mom opens it and takes Jake for questioning. In Caroline's room, Lexi asks the nurse if someone has left a doll for her, but she denies it, so Lexi stays there to see when it happens. Devon asks Lexi if Jake is there because he found relevant information about Chucky's doll. She convinces him to tell her and he takes her to his room. The policeman arrives and leaves Chucky sitting in the counter. He sees that there were a few sweets left for Caroline, so he begins to eat them, which righteously angers Chucky, who throws scalpels to his back, leaving him paralyzed. Then he takes used syringes from the trash can and stabs him repeatedly. In the past, the police are investigating the murder of the janitor. Charles tells his friend that he will leave and gives him a present. Charles packs his bags and leaves, and when the kid opens the box, there was the severed hand of the janitor. He touches it and hides the box under his bed when the lady walks in and tells him, "Go to sleep, Eddie Caputo." For those who don't remember, Eddie Caputo was Charles Lee Ray's accomplice to most of his crimes and the reason for him getting shot in the beginning of Charles' play. Devon tells Lexi that the urban legend of Chucky is that when Charles Lee Ray was about to die, he transferred his soul into a good guy, and Lexi tells him that the story is true. Devon's mom is questioning Jake and he is about to say that Chucky committed the murders when an alarm sounds. It was from Caroline's machine with Chucky disconnected. Both Jake and Devon's mom leave running when the doctors tell Caroline's parents to stay away when one of the doctors goes around the bed and finds the corpse of the policeman. Jake, Devon and Lexi watch Chucky from a distance while he gives them the finger. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Chucky recaps uploaded every Monday. This is Apallax. Stay tuned.